This is a KCSL TV6 special report.
Welcome to a special edition of Pioneer TV. I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Diana. This edition is all about Senator Kamala Harris.
The presidential candidate from California came to Canyon Springs earlier this month. Here's a look at some of the topics the senator touched in.
You can stop the video there.
Over 600 people attended the rally on March 1st. The California senator hit many issues. One of the big topics she touched on was education.
We've got to change what we do in terms of affordability of college. And so I am an advocate for free community college and for debt-free college.
Another big topic Senator Harris talks about was cutting taxes for middle-class families.
It will be my first priority, bar none, to push through and to get it passed the LIFT Act that I described around bringing that tax rate to middle-class families.
Lastly, her biggest priority is for everyone to have health care.
Moving toward a system where everyone has access to affordable health care. I'm a proponent of Medicare for all because I'm a proponent of allowing and having a system where everyone, regardless of their income, has access to health care. And I'm just
In this next clip, Senator Harris also did a Q&A. She answered a young activist question.
How does it feel to run for president and are you nervous?
What is your name?
Belize.
So what does it feel like to run for president? You know what? I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. What it means is to meet you. What it means is to travel the country. And, you know, sometimes I say, and I encourage you, obviously, is that your mom or your mom? Okay. And your mom brought you here. It's about being engaged and meeting people who care. And so they come to events like this when they could be doing a ton of other things. I say that, you know, being in a campaign, you meet the angels walking among us. You know, truly, people who just are doing incredible work. They don't need to be trying to teach people, or they're just doing incredible work. It's very uplifting.
Including in the crowd of 600 were Canyon Springs students and staff. We asked them what their opinions were about the speech and the senator.
I feel like her speech had a lot of good points. One, for instance, being the point she made as far as like the families who are on low income, how she wants to take away or add more taxes to the top 1% in order to give back to the families, the school district, and those who are fairly underfunded.
So I really liked the speech because she had a lot of inspirational things to say, and she had a lot of good points, like for instance when she talked about how teachers have to have 2 jobs, which is true because I do know some teachers that do have to have 2 jobs.
That she was very transparent with what she was saying. She didn't care about the feedback she was getting or going to get from social media. She focused on the minorities. It's not just about the people we have in charge.
And what I remember most about that meeting at school was when she said, when I was younger, I used to come home to my mom and complain about, something that was going on in my day. And her mom used to respond to her and she would say, well, what are you going to do about it? And so she left this huge pause on the audience, and I was like, okay, well, what is she going to say? And she said, well, this is why I'm running for the President of the United States.
What I got from her was she's proposing to do very good things for the country, but a question I would ask her is where she's planning on getting the money, since she's proposing to cut taxes but proposing to give more money to middle classes. It's like contradictory.
If I were to ask Harris a question, I would ask her how would she go about today's issues such as DACA and immigration, seeing as other Democratic candidates have made similar promises but nothing has changed.
It was nice to be able to hear her speak on some of the issues, I really got to get informed on how she felt about certain topics, and I just thought it was a really amazing moment as like a U.S. citizen, a voting citizen, to get a chance to be able to hear a speaker for free on campus right over just a couple feet over that way. Go vote.
I don't know who I want to vote for. And I don't know a whole lot about Kamala Harris, so I went to the town hall meeting expecting to hear her personal story and learn her platform, and I felt that she has a lot of the same stances on issues as every other Democrat that is running.
This wasn't the first time that a politician or political figure has visited Canyon Springs. In fact, in its 15-year history, the school has seen its fair share of presidential candidates and more. Here's a look.
Thanks for watching. This is a special edition of Pioneer TV. We'll see you again on Monday.
In the 15 years of Canyon Springs, many politicians and political figures made their way to campus. In 2007, the Reverend Jesse Jackson was the first political figure to come to Canyon. The principal at the time said the visit started with a phone call.
I got a call saying that Jesse Jackson was in town and he wanted to speak at our school, and would I allow that? So obviously I said yes, absolutely. Whenever he goes to a city or state, he likes to speak at schools because, you know, he believes in young people, and young people will be the future. And as I say, you know, there are very many high schools in Las Vegas, and I'm just happy that he considered us, and we were glad to have him come.
Well, education is number one because there's no priority more significant than a developed mind. After all, if you're going to provide for your future, you're going to be a banker, a financier, a lawyer, a doctor, a judge, a teacher, a minister, a musician. You must prepare now.
A special assembly took place as Jackson held a rally and talked to students about education and the importance of voting, among other issues. Jackson would come back to Canyon years later. Later that year, Hillary Clinton came to Canyon for a rally as she ran for president in 2008. It was a heavily attended rally which included former Governor Bob Miller.
We just rolled up our sleeves and we got to work. We set goals. You know, this school is a result of people setting goals. People in North Las Vegas, in Clark County, they said, let's have a magnet school that elevates leadership and legal training, set a goal, rolled up their sleeves, and now for 3 years it's been an extraordinary example of what can be done for young people.
Senator Clinton's a very dynamic woman, and she's going to be a great president. She covered issues that are important to all of us in the United States. She does it with intelligence, with compassion and concern. She outlines her positions, and she is a leader. And here at Canyon Springs, where you have a school developing leaders, you couldn't have a better choice.
In 2010, Canyon has some political power as former Senator Harry Reid and Michelle Obama came to Canyon as part of Reid's Senate re-election. In 2012, President Obama made a visit to North Las Vegas and speak to the teachers and students and the community. When he visited the Silver State, for teachers, this included moments they would not forget. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders came for a rally before the Nevada caucus in 2015. This was held during winter break for that year. Now as the next presidential cycle starts, Canyon Springs found themselves at the center of the presidential stage with another rally, this time by Kamala Harris.
Thanks for watching. This is a special edition of Pioneer TV. We'll see you again on Monday.
This is a time to restore essential values, not only about who we are, but who we can be.
Thank you. President of the United States.